kicking. You know?
Get this chicken kicking.
Oh, goodness. Excuse me.
Wow, you're just doing that live? You that guy?
Yep, from that guy.
Whoa.
It's a Delirious Dads, underlying Dads gaming podcast. Okay, we got a multitude of dads, not just ones that are proper, okay? We get,
so basically...
we get the country dads, we get the city dads, you know? We get the modern hipster dads, we get them all.
Yeah, definitely.
Get them all.
Yeah, the last podcast had a pretty good reach.
Yeah. Had a good time.
We're live now.
Not yesterday, not today, but right now. Right this instance. We're bringing you news. We're bringing you jokes. We got it all. I know. I always feel good. Like if I can make you smile, then I might be making them smile. You know what I'm saying? It's like that. Yeah. We give each other that look. You know, like we're hitting it.
Yeah.
I want to be.
Ready. We're shared up. Let's do this.
I want to be more like my hero Norm Macdonald and just tell a joke and not care. Right? Just like you just silence them when they don't laugh. He just silences them and looks at them like and smiles a little bit.
Like it was funny.
Right. Or you're too dumb to get my joke. You're not, that kind of stuff. But does it kind of, hey, I'm drunk. You think I could be drunk. I could just be this dumb,
Right.
But then he's not. It's great. I love it. So dry. Super dry humor. No
Thanks
Hunter.
For joining. Thanks for joining.
No Hunter tonight, guys. You gotta love autocorrect, guys. You put in come, and then they put in one. Because obviously I wanted to say, one, check us out live. Doesn't make any sense. What kind of craziness is this? Oh, hey, you better get you some kind of energy, something. Wake up. This show's about to be popping. You're over there. Hey, come check out our Delirious Dads Gaming Podcast.
Delirious Dads. We're the Delirious Dads. 8 o'clock at night when you're a dad our age with 2 kids. 8 o'clock's kind of close to bedtime.
Yeah. That's why if you ever watch our gaming streams, we just look like zombies. Like we're literally on autopilot for gaming.
Oh my gosh.
I'm getting all this shirt out here. I got a lot of groups that I share out to,
Mine doesn't let me do that anymore. It only lets me do the copy paste thing.
Got the old delete, huh?
No, I'm still part of them and everything.
The old band hammer.
Nope, something weird with Facebook.
Something weird with Android Facebook.
Yeah.
What up, Kevin? Welcome to the stream, bro.
Facebook. Thanks for joining us, Kevon.
Hey, thanks for everybody that's tuning in right now. We're getting ready to get started here. Just sharing out the stream to let everybody know that we're about to go live,
You said, what's this guy's name? Norman McDonald?
Norm Macdonald, yeah.
Nora?
Norm, like Norman.
Norm?
Norm Macdonald. MacDonald.
I gotta see his face so I know who we're talking about.
You'll know who he is. You've seen him in Adam Sandler movies. Yeah,
I know who he is.
Yeah. They're asking him,
I'm not good with actor names.
They were asking him, is it tough right now to be a comedian in the Trump era? Like of how society is and stuff? And he blasts, like it's so hilarious. He's like, well, I mean, if you're a good comedian, it's really hard right now. He said, if you're a bad comedian, it's great. Super easy. Well, basically say, like, all you gotta do is hate Trump.
Right.
Say, but just because you hate Trump doesn't mean you have a real worldview.
Oh, yeah.
And it doesn't mean you're funny, making jokes off of what Trump's doing.
Right.
Anyway.
So anybody can do that.
Yeah, that's kind of his thing. Cheap comedy. All right. Speaking of cheap comedy, you ready to get this show started? Shoot.
Yeah, this show is not cheap anymore.
No, it's not.
We got a Patreon account set up with supporters.
Costs me money every month, baby. Tell my pocketbook that.
It's a real deal.
All right. I agree.
You got your line ready?
Oh, yeah. I'm a professional. You didn't know that? Question is, you got your line ready?
Oh yeah, it's a hard line.
Do you know what episode this is?
It's episode 48, Big Pappy.
All right, I'm just saying if you're on your toes.
Hey, I've always been on my toes. Born on my toes, gonna die on my toes. Euthanization in the arm.
There you go. That's a little morbid.
It's okay.
All right. Tonight on the Delirious Dads Gaming Podcast.
In-game assassins? Assassins?
Why are cats so good at video games?
And now, the Delirious Dads Gaming Podcast.
Hey guys, we hope that your week is going awesome. That it's good. And we're coming up here on the end of the work week. Hopefully soon. We're gonna make it. We're gonna get there. All you gamers and gamer dads out there, you're just about there.
Really, if you're listening to us on our release date, it is the end of the work week, and we're glad to be here with you.
That's right.
We know that we picked Friday because we don't want to be part of your Monday.
No,
right?
definitely not.
Mondays are bad days for the work week.
Yeah.
We're the Friday crew. We clean it up. We're
the
We're the reminder in the morning on your way to work that things are going to get better.
That's right. Hey, you don't want to be a dog on Mondays. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely not.
Yeah, definitely not. Yeah.
But hey guys, we're down one member today. Don't want to forget, we announced it in a little pre-show. But if you're listening on Friday, you're not hearing Hunter's beautiful, smooth talking voice so far. That's because he's not here.
That's right.
If you were watching live, you'd see, that his face isn't in here. But most of our listeners don't watch live; they listen because it's a podcast. And so, just want to give you guys a heads up. He had family come in unannounced, or not
so he says.
But I would say
so. He says.
Maybe they came in short notice. That's the better.
Yeah.
And so he wasn't able to be with us tonight. We'll miss him. We love him.
Would you say that's the better?
What's the better?
You said that.
Short
that's
term,
the better.
Short term is the better.
Okay. Is that a new language? I didn't know about this.
Did I say that's the better?
Yeah, you said that's the better. Just kind of kept on rolling with it. But yes, we will. We will miss Hunter tonight. But you know what? We can do this. I got faith in us. It might get a little crazier, a little kookier. Sometimes we ramble, but it's gonna be it's gonna be goodness. It's gonna be a lot of goodness.
We always think when we have just the two of us, it'll just be a short one, no big deal, because we don't have
never happens. Never happens.
What we do is we usually have 3 segments, and then we have some in and out talks and stuff in between, whatever. But usually it comes out to around an hour and 20 minutes, hour and 15 minutes, and so we always go, well, we don't really want to do all 3 segments when it's just the two of us. We just do 2 segments, so that way you guys know something's missing.
Yeah.
And you'll hope Hunter comes back.
Yeah.
And then we go, it'll be shorter this one. No, it's almost always the longer ones.
Yeah.
Because me and Clint just lose kind of track. It's not as structured.
Yeah.
We don't have the whole
We just
program.
start rambling. Yeah, there's no one there to keep us on course.
We don't feel restricted back on time.
Mm-hmm.
Not that anybody restricts us back on time in the sense of like Hunter doesn't restrict us and we don't really restrict each other. It's kind of like you guys, the listeners, do, because there's a certain range where a podcast is listenable.
Yeah, we did
pretty much somewhere between 45 minutes and an hour and a half.
Right, we did our research on that analysis.
Yeah.
Before we ever started this thing,
Yeah, we ran the statistics.
If you think it goes too long, you just might not be getting the humor or the goodness. Okay, so that's all I'm going to say.
We're hitting a sweet spot.
Yep, always.
That's what she said.
Mm-hmm. Whoa. Hey, but news. We're bringing news tonight, and then I got Ryan bringing us some epic dad stories, and some of it's gaming related.
That's right.
That'll be fun. And then, hey, since we don't have Hunter, and we're going to go ahead and just do 2 segments tonight, I went ahead and decided, hey, I feel like laughing, so I'm going to be hitting you with some gaming jokes. So,
that's good.
I was
actually thinking about sometime soon we should do a dad's joke competition on here.
Oh, yeah.
We should mix that into one of our segments.
I think that'd be good. I'd have fun doing that. I'll kill it, bro. My delivery is impeccable. All about the timing.
It doesn't matter. Yeah, your delivery is great. You have the lingo or whatever you want to say there. But the problem is, it's easy to make you laugh. It can hit
That
you
is the problem.
with a dad joke. You're gonna lose real quick.
That's the problem. Anytime we do anything in front of camera and try to like act out something
Oh
that's
man,
fun.
it's all bad. Yep.
Nah, I break.
Yep.
I just smile the whole time. I'm
Oh
supposed
yeah.
to be being serious.
I'm doing an audio deal for. I'm working with another company now called Eclipse Tent and Shield. Good friend of mine that's been around for a long time.
I like that plug. Yeah.
He's gonna be a new sponsor automatically. You know what I mean? But I'm basically helping him with his sales side of things because I'm like a sales guru.
Yeah,
I love that kind of stuff. I don't really want to build another business, but I love bringing some clientele in and making some money on the side. So that's what I'm doing. Anyways, I've got my own phone line for it, whatnot going. And I was working on the voicemail.
Yeah.
And, I'm always doing it a bunch of times. And I'm real specific on how my voicemail goes. And I got like a special voice that I do. Everybody knows me. But I'm hitting that. And it's fine. Like I'm having to repeat like normal, but I'm making just kind of average mistakes, working through it. As soon as I knew my wife was right outside the door and could hear me, it was like I was shooting a video again. Anytime we do like acting kind of stuff, I'm getting like
you were in it.
It just started wrecking me.
Like when we
pressure.
when we shot that rap video that time in Tulsa.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's good.
And I don't know why when we do the podcast I don't feel that pressure because it's not a script. Maybe that's why.
Yeah, I think it's because we let it be.
But when it's a script and I want to nail that script just right, if someone's watching me, it's horrible. Like even when me and you, we used to be able to record pretty good and like do our skit stuff way back in the day when we were joking around. But if we had a friend doing the recording, oh my gosh,
we just laugh
so much worse.
Just giggles.
Yeah, it's way worse.
Yeah. Yep. I agree. That's okay though. The podcast, I think it is that free form. We know we can just kind of go whichever direction we want to go, and it always leads somewhere.
Right.
But like I said, tonight it's going to be a fun show. Hopefully, lots of laughs. If not, just skip ahead, because there's going to be other laughs later on. I promise.
Right. Yeah.
Guaranteed.
But you shouldn't skip ahead because there's always something juicy you missed. Just saying.
This is true. All right. Well, with that said, I'm going to bust you with some news. We got a little bit of I'll tell you when we get there. I'm over here trying to reveal the grand secret. What's in the recipe.
Hit that transition.
Leaks for Geeks. That's right, people. It's time for the new segment, the Leaks for Geeks. I love it. It's one of my favorite things. I do it almost all the time. Ryan says it's because it's the easiest, but I tend to disagree. Depends on what kind of news you're looking for, and I go for the...
No. The news is not the easiest to do. It's actually kind of hard to do because you got to make sure you don't just read your articles, and you've got to make sure that when we're going over the news, you don't sound dry and you stay entertaining, right? And so it takes effort on that side. It's easy to do in the sense of the research because if you guys listen to our show, most of the time we're pulling from a few main sites that are just really good at keeping us up to date on the news. And there's no reason for us to try to invent our own news because we're just reporting to you the news that is out there, which is really what almost everybody's doing anyways.
Yeah.
But we're bringing it to you in a different form and fashion over the podcast, keeping you up to date in a personal way. And so that's how we do it. But yeah. So finding the news stories aren't that hard as well.
Okay, I see. I thought you were trying to take away all the effort that I put into the news over the time. Okay, well, I'm much less offended than I was earlier. Our first story comes to you from GamesRadar.com, one of my favorite gaming sites to go to, because they don't put a lot of fluff. They just get to the point, which is the way I likes it, So if you guys are big fans of Pokemon Sword and Shield...
I like that, the way you said sword with the W.
Sword, yeah. Had to really... trying to fight against that accent, Well, the Pokemon Company just released their first episode of a new animated short series called Pokemon Twilight Wings.
Really?
Yeah. This series is set in the world of Pokemon Sword and Shield, and it will show in detail the dreams of Galar's residents, the realities they face, the challenges they must overcome, and the conflicts they must resolve. Twilight Wings will span 7 episodes. Each new episode will come out each month. So you got to wait a month in between episodes, peeps. So basically, final episode will be going out in July. But this series is around the time of Sword and Shield's first DLC, The Isle of Armor, which was announced as part of Pokemon Sword and Shield's expansion pass last week.
Okay.
The first episode will be titled A Letter. Features some familiar faces like Chairman Rose and his assistant Olina. But its protagonist is a new character named John. According to the episode description, John has been hospital bound since he was young, but that hasn't stopped him from falling in love with Pokemon battles.
You look like you were disappointed in the name John.
Yeah, I was.
Like
I was going to throw in a little whoever was writing out that script, they picked out the most basic of American names.
Right.
Let's go with Bill, John. That's the one.
Yeah. You got Alina and John.
Mm-hmm. Well,
where's Jack?
Yep.
He's around the corner.
Jack and Jill and, all the rest of the clan. But yeah, so if you're a Pokemon fan, look out for that. I believe it's just you can find it on YouTube. They got the videos up.
I saw a post on one of our gaming dads groups, not our personal groups, but one of the groups that we're a part of. Mm-hmm. And it was kind of an interesting post. I saw it, and at first I was like, this guy's crazy. And then I was like, no, you know what? He's kind of right. I think that he's right. And the post was basically saying that he was kind of saying, I guess this group isn't really for me, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because I guess I'm not really a gaming dad because Nintendo and mobile gaming isn't considered gaming these days. And when he said that, I was like, no, it's definitely gaming. Like,
Mm-hmm.
You got Zelda and Pokemon and like these games that we talk about here on the show that are like huge followings, just as big as anything else.
But just nobody talks about it?
Well, it does, yeah, and it does kind of have, when you're on the groups, a lot of the gaming pages and stuff, they are kind of, they don't talk down on what do you call it?
Pokemon?
No,
Zelda?
They don't talk down on
Nintendo?
Switch.
Switch?
Right, on Nintendo. But it doesn't really fall in the same category in the sense of, if you're talking about, hey, which is better, right?
Mm-hmm.
Switch never comes up, right? If you go,
right.
Which is better, Xbox, PS4, Xbox One, PS4, or PC? That's the discussion. The discussion is never Switch. Well, but that's not because Switch isn't considered gaming. It's because Switch purposefully has set themselves aside to a whole other category of gaming. They don't really fit the same kind of
They're the family
style.
gaming.
Yes.
To me, family gaming.
So they're definitely gaming, and they actually work really well for a dad's group gaming.
Yeah.
Because a lot of dads love the Switch because it works great for travel, works great for the kids, and all that kind of stuff. But it kind of just hit me like, you know what? It does kind of come off that way sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
It does kind of come off in this vibe like Switch. If you're a Switch guy, it's less. Because usually the guys who have Switch, that's like an extra, right? A lot of guys don't have just Switch. They have Xbox or PC or whatever, and then they have a Switch too. Mm-hmm. Like, they wouldn't have just a Switch. And I get that.
Like, if you're just a Switch player, you're not a real gamer.
Right. And I don't think it's because you're not a real gamer. I think it's because it's a whole different kind of gaming.
And it's probably because I think we grew up that way, though. Like, if you look at the generational stuff, like, our generation kind of came into that. Nintendo went to the Wii and kind of lost everybody. GameCube was kind of a dud. It didn't. It wasn't a total dud, but it didn't do what the previous consoles had done.
Wii was actually great. It had great sales and stuff like that. But that's when Nintendo decided to stop competing with the other two. They said, we're going to make our own subcategory.
We'll do our own thing.
That's what we and that's what we want to do. So you can't really be mad at the gaming community for looking at it as not the same, because it's not the same. But to look at it as not gaming kind of makes me think maybe as a gaming community we need to. That's why we actually try to include it on our show, right? We try to include it in the news and stuff like that, because to me it is gaming. It's just its own category. It's its own thing.
I agree.
Mobile gaming, actually, for me, mobile gaming into the last 4 or 5 years isn't really gaming. And people might hate me for that. But, I mean, you can game on a mobile phone, but it's not what we mean when you're talking to gamers.
Mm-hmm.
Now, lately, that's not true. More and more, you can do it.
Well, I mean, you can play Call of Duty on the phone now. So, I mean, at this point, PUBG.
You got professional streamers out there now that stream mobile games and stuff like that. And so I would say in the last 4 or 5 years, it's it's sweeping in there, but it's new.
I just don't think I'll be a mobile gamer unless I can hook a controller up to my phone.
Yep. And some guys do those.
That's how I am.
Little side mount deals.
Yeah.
Let it rock. Yep.
Yep.
Didn't
Hey,
mean to
but
jump in there. I just thought that was a.
it's okay. So we're talking about Nintendo and things like that. Well, let's talk about some nostalgia, some older stuff.
Okay.
Doom Classic. I didn't even know this was a thing. Maybe I'd announced it previously and just didn't realize I announced it. But Doom Classic has a re-release now that runs 60 frames per second. So Bethesda has given its re-releases of Doom 1 and 2 from last year. So this may have came out before we started the podcast, which may be why I don't know about it. But they gave it a pretty hefty update.
Okay.
They came out, and this article is from TheVerge.com. And they're saying that they've added some patch updates to the game that now take the game from 35 frame rates per second to 60 frames per second. It also added new features like support for quick saves. You can do some different aspect ratios, and also a new quick weapon select feature. They also say that there's other improvements, like now you can do new add-on content to the game that's being offered. Sigil is an unofficial Doom sequel from the game's original co-creator, John Romero. And it's available as our TNT Evolution and the Plutonian Experiment from 1996's final Doom release. All these are little add-ons you can put on your game. So that's kind of cool, like some mod type stuff to the original Doom game. The new patch will be available for all platforms. So this includes PS4, Xbox One, Nintendo Switch, Android, iOS, and of course the PC. What do you think about that? Re-releasing some old games and giving us some new features for that. Is this a good move by Bethesda, or has that ship sailed, you think?
I'm split. I kind of think re-releasing new games with the gameplay's smoother and it's more modern, it's got some features. It's kind of a decent idea as long as it's super inexpensive. Right. And people can go play it for nostalgia purposes. Now, if you're really going to re-release a new game, you need to do what Resident Evil did. It needs to be digitally remastered. It needs to have modern graphics. Do I want to go back and play some Duke Nukem completely redone for the modern day? Heck yeah. I'd play that for sure. Would I play me some 007? You know what I mean? Back from Nintendo 64, completely remastered for the modern day? Yes, all over it. Would I play it just because it has some more frame rates and runs smoother. And has some modern options? Maybe. Just for nostalgia. It's different. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So for me, that's an in-between. As long as they didn't spend too much time or resources doing something like that, which they probably didn't. I mean, in all reality,
sounds like they ported it and fixed it a little bit. And,
which that's cool. If that's what you're doing, that's cool.
And we know it can be successful because, like, World of Warcraft Classic broke records. They made tons of money off that. I'm sure that took them a lot more work to make that work.
But that's different, though. That's an MMO, and that's kind of based off of people didn't fall in love with the story, right? If you could get World of Warcraft tell me this. If you could get World of Warcraft Classic, right, with full-blown modern-day graphics, which one would have sold more?
That's a toughie. Because there was people that strictly told them we don't want anything added, we want the original. So there's like this big cult following of we want the original. Yeah, but that's
different. I want an original in the sense of I want everything to operate the way the original operated.
For me, I would take updated graphics. I would take updated graphics. Of course.
I think most people would.
But
they're just scared if you go in and start messing with my graphics, then my UI is going to be different. The way the game runs is going to be different because you're changing things. I want it to be the same game. I think you can make a game the same game and make it look pretty.
Yeah. They're doing a Warcraft 3 remake that's supposed to be coming out, I think. Maybe the end of this month. And it's the original RTS Warcraft 3. And so I'll probably buy that because I never got to play the original. So why not play it with updated graphics and like a new look, you know?
Yep.
So, yeah.
I think you're seeing more and more of that. Games that are getting digitally revamped. I mean, we're seeing it in movies and everything else, too.
Yeah.
So.
Makes me kind of wonder, though, is the gaming industry running out of ideas? Or are they running out of innovation? So it's like, let's bring back some old stuff.
No,
to kind
definitely.
of
I,
get the
I think it's
gears.
less expensive in some of those, right? We can go,
Mm-hmm.
hey, let's go to these ones that were big winners. We've waited long enough. This generation's moved on. Now they're adults, right?
Mm-hmm.
And
Let's
so we
dip
can
back
go
into
back
the
and catch
well.
them with this. Yep,
Yep.
that's what they're doing. It's the same thing as the movies, right? But if you watch movies, movies have kind of fallen off. I mean, Hollywood kind of sucks.
Oh yeah.
Not that I don't like some of the movies. I'm not one of those people that's all against the, Marvel and DC stuff and all that stuff. I love it. I'm all for it. All the new stuff, it's great.
But that's
But
the only
I'm
thing you
yeah,
got
but
right
if you
now.
go to just normal movies, there's just not that many great movies, and it's kind of funny because now you're seeing more and more good movies coming from like Netflix.
Mm-hmm.
Like they're producing better stuff than the Hollywood side is.
Right.
And then same thing when it comes to that. Nowadays the real money and the real what do you call that? I would say the real effort and brain power that these production companies are doing is the shows.
Yeah.
You've got some shows that are, I'd much rather watch these shows over a movie.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of games, I finally just started watching The Witcher, the
Yeah.
show,
Yeah.
right?
Loving it.
Freaking super good, man.
Yeah. Does
Each
it make you want to
show's
go play the game a little bit? Like.
Yeah, and each
Yeah.
show is an hour long, right? And so
Yeah.
it's almost a movie each show. So if you think about that, back in the day, movies were like an hour and 20 minutes.
Right.
Now you're releasing a whole series of high quality show. Like it's got good story, it's got great production, real good shooting in cinematics and not cinematics but cinematography,
Right.
and it's not a cheap show. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? It's like full blown,
Well, it's
like your
like
top quality shows from back in the day.
yeah, like when
And
Stranger Things came out, I was like, boom, that was my 4th of July
Yep.
weekend. You know,
Yep.
spent
Amazing.
the whole weekend just binging Stranger Things, and then I
But
was
what-
sad
what-
afterwards. I was sad it was over.
But isn't
know?
Stranger Things kind of like a movie? I mean, in all reality,
Yeah,
it's
that's
not
what I'm
really
saying.
a show
It's like
anymore.
yeah,
Right.
it's movie production value in a
Yep.
show.
Yeah,
which
but you're
is-
getting so much more.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, for that, instead of 2 hours, I've got 16 episodes or whatever it is. The Witcher's
Yeah.
only 8, which a lot of them are doing that kind of stuff now. 8.
Right, which
But,
I'm fine
yeah, it's
with
been-
if it can be a good story. You know.
Yeah, I've got the finale is what I'm down to. I'll probably watch
Okay.
it tonight after the show.
Yeah.
It's definitely good. It's
Hey.
funny because I saw people online talking about, and if you guys have watched The Witcher, then you already know. But I mean, if you haven't watched The Witcher, it doesn't ruin anything. So no spoiler alert. Some people online, I've been seeing them mention like, hey, Netflix released that The Witcher came out over a 30-year period. You know what I mean? Like the whole show covers 30 years. And I'm thinking, if you watch the show, you know that. It's obvious that 30 years have passed. Are you mentally challenged, in a way that you didn't understand what happened? Sure, some of the characters don't age because they're magic, right?
Yeah.
But it's clear that it's telling like a
Big long
story.
epic. This is a long
Yeah,
epic story.
exactly.
Yeah.
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 It's not like this was
This is
one-
Odysseus going out and doing all
covering
his
multiple
adventures.
time periods and
Yeah,
stuff,
yeah.
So they even mention it, how long like one of the characters in there, she's a mage or whatever, right? And she mentions how long she's been a mage. But you saw her becoming a mage.
Right.
So if she was a mage for 30 years and you saw her become a mage, clearly the show covers 30 years. But yeah, weird. I saw posts on people online like, "Oh, that makes more sense." Like it threw them off somehow. I
Yeah.
was like, "What?"
Hey,
Oh man.
I gotta backtrack. I think Odysseus is not a character. I think it's the Odyssey, and it's following the guy's name, which I forget what it was. You remember the guy's name?
Nope.
No, not at all. Sweet. Well, there you go. Boom. Hey, but that's not my job. My job is to give you news.
Yeah.
So back to it. Hey, Fortnite. We love that game, right? Building the buildings and the forts and the shooting and all that.
I think it's great for the gaming community, not great for slow play dads.
Yeah, well, there's no shooter out there that's good for me right now, obviously.
Coming
But
from the guy that's been trying Call of Duty Modern Warfare, thinking we're gonna love it, which we have been. It's a good game.
yeah, they did really good with it.
But we suck.
Yep.
Simple as
Yep.
that. We don't
There's
have to
no
go for it.
denying it. Yeah.
Yep.
So after years of asking for it, Epic Games gave Fortnite's Tyler Ninja Blevins his greatest wish. They have announced, or he announced on Mixer, that his Fortnite skin will be added to the game on January 16th. Even though right now he's actually currently playing with the skin because it's him. But it'll become available for purchase.
Nice.
So the Ninja Fortnite skin is part of a series called the Icon series that'll bring the artistic vision, personality, and attitude of top creators to Fortnite. Epic Games has said in its announcement that the Ninja outfit will be available January 16th at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time until January 19th at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. So standard, yeah, Eastern blah. So Ninja's gonna he's gonna have some extras. He's gonna have Ninja's Edge back bling, Ninja style emote, and a dual katanas pickaxe. Neither Epic nor Ninja have said how much the item will cost. But clearly it looks like it's not just going to be Ninja. It's going to be other content creators out there that play the game. So that's pretty cool. Cool. But it definitely, if you go check out the pictures, it shows the character looks just like Ninja. Has the blue hair, the yellow headband, with the creator wrapped in a Ninja style hoodie.
Sweet.
So, man, that guy's just making money right now. Smart.
Oh, yeah.
Just marketing himself. Yeah, I'm jealous. Hey, but do you like theme parks?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah,
actually, I love it.
Yeah, I like them too. But unfortunately, this one's about a studio in Japan. It's actually Universal Studios in Japan.
Okay.
As promised, Universal Studios in Japan is on track to open its Super Nintendo World Park this summer ahead of the Olympic Games.
Wow.
Now it's teasing the new area with a mostly CG music video and song made by Galantis with Charlie XCX. Okay. The video did mention that it's going to include the real life Mario Kart experience at the park, and says that families will be able to travel the park on Yoshi's back. Also, there's a power-up band teased that appears to be your wearable park pass, while you'll traverse the world and encounter Mario-style blocks in real life. On Twitter, they posted some pictures, some information, and the Universal Studios Japan showed the power-up band that will track visitors' progress in its life-size living video game, as well as a mention that future parks will come to Hollywood, Orlando, and Singapore. It looks like you will download an app on your phone.
Yeah.
And so it's a whole experience. You're playing a video game while you're at the park. You know,
Really?
You're going through maybe a little bit of augmented reality going on here with your phone.
That sounds cool.
Anyway, the video looks cool, but a lot of it has some CGI stuff. But the wristbands look pretty cool. Some of them look like watches. I don't know the Yoshi's back thing. I don't know how they would pull that off, unless it was like a skateboard that looked like a Yoshi or something. But
Yoshi's back.
Yeah, like you're riding Yoshi like a horse.
Yeah.
You know, like Mario used to.
Right.
Yeah, so for you Nintendo fans, I think it's all of us. You know, if you ever played video games, you're probably a Mario fan.
Right.
That sounds pretty cool. That's something I've wanted. I think in China they have a World of Warcraft theme park.
Really?
And because it's China, you know, they can't do anything about it as far as, you know, copyright issues or anything like that. But it's like, you know, it's not called the World of Warcraft park, but everything looks just like the game. You know?
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's super. It stills from all the ideas and artwork and all that jazz. But hey, I'm all about a Nintendo park coming to the U.S. Hit me
that
up.
Sounds cool.
Yeah, because Papa
Cool.
don't have money to fly to Japan to go to no theme park. But
not for now.
Yeah, not for now. But hey, you know, one of these days. So my last story is Borderlands 3. Borderlands 3 has a farming frenzy event that's going to start tomorrow. Or if you're listening to this on Friday, it's already occurred.
Nice.
It's going to happen January 16th, 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. And will run through January 30th at the same time. During farming event. During that time, the drop rate on legendary items will be increased across the board, and legendaries will also be more likely to drop with coveted anointed traits.
Nice.
This drop rate buff will affect farmable story bosses, proving grounds, and circle of slaughter enemies, Maliwan takedown bosses, and miscellaneous enemies, including rare spawns. Hammerlock hunts and targets of opportunity. Not only that, rare spawns will appear more frequently during the event, so you'll have more shots at specific loot pools. As it happens, Farming Frenzy will coincide with a rework of the Maliwan takedown, which will make the activity easier to complete for smaller teams. Ordinarily, the takedown is balanced with 4 players in mind. But as we reported last week, and this is Games Radar, by the way, folks, they reported from January 16th to January 30th, it will scale to the size of your party.
Okay.
It's still balanced for max level vault hunters with primo in-game gear, but it should be a lot more manageable now. So if you've had a hard time putting a team together, now's your chance to solo or duo the takedown and receive more and better loot from it.
If you guys have trouble putting a team together, you need to jump on, some of the gaming dads groups on Facebook. We're part of a couple of them, and you just jump on there and say, "Hey, I'm playing Borderlands." Throw your ding out there. You're gonna have people join in. You'll be able to have a team.
Yeah. Did you say throw your ding out there?
No, your thing.
Oh, okay.
Throw your thing out there.
Okay. I thought you said ding. I was like, whoa.
No,
easy,
throw
fella.
your ding out there.
Yeah, easy, big fella.
But I mean, you should be able to pick up some guys, do a little, even if they don't play with you all the time, type of thing.
Mm-hmm.
They're gonna play with you for that night. You'll be able to find somebody that can play usually.
Yeah.
So, I don't know why you'd play Borderlands, a big mission, single player. That's kind of sad.
That is sad.
Hopefully you got a group.
Get a group. Get it together, people.
Yeah.
Dads out there, don't be lonely. Hook up to the internet. And for goodness sakes, if you're playing a multiplayer game, turn your mic on. Okay?
Oh my
God. If you have a friendly group of players that you can hear and they're not douchebags, turn on your mic. Say hello.
Oh man. This is coming from
Type hello.
We've recently started playing the Modern Warfare game. And back when we used to play on Xbox 360, we used to play Call of Duty all the time. Modern Warfare 3 and World at War and some of those older ones. And we'd have a regular crew together. But most of the time, I'd say 80% of everybody on there had a mic.
Yeah.
You didn't play TDM or Domination or Capture the Flag without a mic. They're team games. Communication's key.
Yeah, this is right at the beginning of internet was like a big deal on consoles.
And so
people
and
were
love
friendly
trash
and
talking
talking.
too.
Yeah.
Well, even back then they loved trash talking, but that's the point. You got to have a mic to do it.
Mm-hmm.
You can't trash talk without one.
Yep.
But we run into lobby after lobby after lobby where the 2, 3, 4 people we're with are the only people with a mic half the time.
And the ones that do have a mic just like, shut the F up. I hope you go screw your mother, And
I enjoy some good trash talk, but we haven't even played yet. Nothing's happened yet. We said, "Hey, what's up?" We read their name, and they're like, "Screw you, bro!" And it's like, "Oh, cool."
Yeah.
Good,
We have one team, folks, that got mad. Our team lost, and they were mad because we didn't play good enough. They're
right.
Like,
the team that won was mad because we sucked too bad. Basically, it was like, "Why are you even playing? We don't mind winning, but we don't want to just trash you.
Mm-hmm.
So go home and play some other game."
And it wasn't even us that was sucking. It was the rest of the team, honestly, because, every gamer says that. But,
right.
So then we started going in match lobbies and just basically being like, if we beat somebody, we just raged at them for fun,
right.
because the other team had done it to us. So I was like, let's sarcastically mess with other people. But, people, right. I don't know if that's a Call of Duty thing. Let us know, on the comments or send us a message. Is that a Call of Duty thing, or is that
it's some on everything, right? We played some DayZ, and we'll run into quite a few people without mics.
Yeah, but DayZ's
have a mic.
DayZ's a whole weird. No, I'm not talking about the mic thing. I'm just talking about the toxicity. I'm pissed at you before I even talk to you.
That's actually the only game I've played in a long time with that much toxicity.
Yeah.
When we play. What do you call Overwatch, or if we play I guess most of the games we played were more co-op
Yeah,
rather than multiplayer lately
maybe.
because we're dads and we're weak
Yeah,
now. But yeah, I mean, I
maybe.
guess even when you play Apex and stuff like that, it just doesn't seem like you get people just raging on you.
Yeah,
But
that's
you
a
don't really get
different
to
kind of
talk
thing.
to your opponents in games like that. That's what it is.
Well,
Like
no, and
Apex, you don't talk to the other team.
yeah, we
Do you?
got to talk a little bit. Yeah, we got to talk a little
Uh,
bit. O-Dubs, Overwatch, same thing. You know.
in Overwatch, yeah, they don't
I
really
mean,
trust you that bad.
it's much less of. I'm saying you can say hi, and they're not gonna be like, "Shut the f up,
Yeah,
douchebag."
yeah.
It's
Like,
like,
why do you
whoa,
even have a mic if I'm not
whoa,
allowed to talk?
yeah. Anyway, that's kind of my gripe for this week for that.
I
But I
think
want,
that's why some people have kind of quit playing games like Call of Duty
yeah.
because it's just got that, like they're done with that vibe. You know,
It's like, oh, it's all teenagers and little kids yelling and cussing
if you guys are
all
watching
day
live,
long.
I just spilled my drink down my beard, on my shirt and everything. So,
Hey, with
can you
that
see it on
said,
there? Yeah, a little
with
bit.
that said, I think that's the greatest transition of Epic Dads because it was an Epic Dad move.
Epic Dads? Epic Dads?
Results.
Epic results.
Alrighty then. Just so you guys know, I have
Settle
been
down,
watching
Jim.
some Jim Carrey lately. Yep, have been watching Jim Carrey lately. The wife, I realized that she hadn't really watched Jim Carrey growing up. She's kind of movie deprived. Like our family, we were one of those families.
That's my wife, dude.
Yeah, we weren't like the best family in the world in the sense of like, hey, let's go hold hands and all this kind of stuff. But we were definitely like a Friday night weekend. We hit the Blockbuster store. We were that signature American family.
You
Hit
got
the
the
Blockbuster
movies,
store.
baby.
Everybody picked a movie, and we went home and watched the movies together.
Yeah,
Almost every Friday night when I was younger.
that's
So
good.
yeah, we watched movies like crazy. Anyways, my wife didn't. Like if it wasn't Disney, she'd never heard of it. Like
Wow.
you can bring up a movie, you just pick a random movie. Over the years, she's watched them because of me. But like you'll pick a random movie like Blade Runner, haven't seen it. Waterworld, nope, never saw it.
No.
Never even heard of it. Godfather, no.
No. Wow,
Oh, yeah,
that's a
none-
classic.
Nothing.
That's
none
like,
of it. None of it.
wow. Okay.
None of it. So
Okay.
we've caught her up a little bit over the years, but every once in a while something will just hit me, and I'm like, wait a minute, wait. And so it was like we watched a movie with Jim Carrey, I think, and she was like, that was really good. I like him. I'm like, what do you mean? You never watched the Jim Carrey movies? No, not really. Like you never. What do you mean? You never watched Liar Liar? You never watched The Mask? You never watched
Ace
started naming
Ventura,
them.
Dumb and Dumber.
No, never watched them. None of
Wow.
them. Not a single one. And I'm just like, okay, well, that's what we're doing.
I know
now,
what our goal is in life right now.
So we watched. Oh, the one we watched together first was Fun with Dick and Jane, which has
Okay.
been out a while.
Yeah.
And then so now we've watched Liar Liar.
So you
and
didn't
then we
even
watched-
watch his big hitters. I guess you said you watched Liar Liar.
Well, yeah, that was the one that started it. Was the Fun with Dick and Jane? She was like,
Yeah.
"Oh, I like that." Yeah. Then she watched the number 23 with me years ago. That's
Mhm.
not a comedy. That's not a
Right.
real Jim Carrey movie. It was
Yeah.
awesome. But yeah.
Yeah.
So, anyways, so we've watched Liar Liar. We watched Yes Man, which are kind of the more recent ones. So I'm kind of breaking her into Jim Carrey, and then we'll go full on Dumb
Retro.
and Dumber. And,
Okay.
Yeah. Right.
You want to hear the most annoying sound of the world?
Yeah. Right. She won't like that one. I don't think. Oh, well.
Might be a little too
Uh,
dumb.
Yeah, some of that stuff gets a little bit too crazy. It's like, it's
Yeah.
nostalgic for me. I liked it a lot back then. I probably don't care for it as much now, but oh well.
I think they'll still get you in the
um,
feels.
Oh yeah, definitely. Then I already lost track. What were we
Sorry.
talking about? Like,
Sorry, guys. I keep picking and poking as we go. Okay, go ahead.
No, I
Brad.
forgot why I brought up the movies. Why did I bring up the movies?
I don't know. Because Epic Dads?
Wow.
That's the segment you're doing.
Yeah, I know I'm doing Epic Dads, but it's had something specific.
This is the first time I've seen you crumble. This is great.
Yep.
Give me
I
the
actually tried to
popcorn and the...
stall. I actually tried to stall while we were talking just a second ago and figure out what it was I was leading to, and it's gone. It's like, no.
Yep. He likes Jim Carrey. We know that, guys.
Oh, that is what it was. I said, alrighty then. And you said, okay, Jim. That's what it
Yeah.
was. That's all it was. So
Okay.
it's over.
Wow.
There's no real. The punchline was the fact that we're watching Jim Carrey movies.
That was a cat chasing its tail right there.
That's all right. Hey, you guys are still with me, and I'm the most entertaining guy on the show, especially with Hunter gone. So we're good. So first story first. I'm just going to prelude this one by saying my personal opinion is that this is a made-up fictional issue. But I'd like to know your guys' opinion. I'd like you guys to write in, let us know, email us, comment on the video, whatever you want to do. Let us know. Okay, one of the stories here is it's this dad who pushed to change the tables, or pushed for changing tables in men's bathrooms. So he's made a big deal over the fact that he didn't have a changing table in his men's bathroom. When Chris Webb was told to change his son's diaper in the woman's bathroom of a Tim Hortons, he did it, but not without pointing out that it's 2018 and dads change diapers too.
Wait. Okay. They told him to change the baby in the women's restroom? Meaning
Right,
they
there
made
wasn't
the
one in
women's...
the men's.
So what's the problem?
Right. I don't know. That's what I'm saying.
They made a solution for him. Like, oh, we don't have a changing table.
Exactly.
We'll clear out this women's restroom, and there you go. Was he uncomfortable by the other toilets, the extra toilets in the bathroom?
No, he's uncomfortable that they didn't have one in the men's. Okay, so that's what this whole article is about, which is funny because I just recently saw a post on Facebook where this guy is he's in a bathroom, and like somebody just walked in and the door's open. He's leaning against the wall, like squatting, like you used to when you were a kid and your dad made you squat against the wall so your thighs were on fire.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Maybe put some books on your lap.
I think that was only because we were wrestlers, athletes.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if everybody does that, but yeah.
Okay, well, we used to do that. We get in trouble. We sit against the wall like that until our legs were burning. Anyways, what do you call it? This guy's in this picture I saw on Facebook. He's leaning against the wall like that, and he's changing his kid's diaper on his knees, like with his knees out in front of him.
Why didn't he just sit on the toilet and do it?
It's the point. That's what I'm saying. It's made up. It's just to propagate this idea that men's rights are being violated too, which I get it. There's a lot of women's rights stuff out there going on right now that's kind of bonkers. Not that I don't support women's rights, but there's some of it that's just over the top, right? Mm-hmm. And so I think men are kind of firing back, like, what about us?
What about our rights, man?
Yeah. So I think that's what's happening.
But we had rights this whole time, man.
Yeah, which in some cases I think is good. In some cases, I think it's overboard. This is one that I think is overboard. Why? And you might say, Ryan, that's anecdotal. Meaning, if you don't know what anecdotal means, that means it's just personal experience. It's not real data. Okay, I get that. But I live in Oklahoma, okay? So living in Oklahoma, which is not a progressive state at all.
Conservative state.
Yeah, I maybe have experienced one bathroom pretty much in my whole adulthood with my kids.
It's going to be like a truck stop or, something like that.
That didn't have a changing station. Like, my wife just assumed it was real. We were at a restaurant the other day, and she's like, yeah, they should have those in there. I'm like, what are you talking about? They are in there. Mm-hmm. You just think they're not in there? In the guys' bathrooms, there's always a changing station. It might not be in the open area. You got to go into the, the handicap. Right?
Yeah.
Open the handicap stall usually. Boom. We have Quick Trips around here. That's a huge gas station like AM, PM, or 7-Elevens. They've got a changing station. If it doesn't have a changing station, it's almost always that neither side has a changing station. Because just so you guys know, spoiler alert, if it's one of them little rundown gas stations that have one bathroom, that's for men and women, so there's no changing station, right? And if it's one of those rundown bathrooms that has two, usually they're single stall, right? So if it's a single stall bathroom and nobody's in the females and somebody's in the males, I go to the females. There's no risk. I mean, it's no big deal. It's a single stall. I'm not going to sit out there and hold my pee or number deuce.
Yeah, but we know that mall story, which we won't get into on the podcast. But.
Yeah, that's different because that's not a single stall, okay? And so I go into the women's, and when I go into the women's, guess what I see? No changing station. So it's not a sexist thing. This is just a cheap gas station thing or a cheap restaurant, or they're too old to update, but both sides don't have it. I think it's really uncommon that they put it in the women's side and not in the men's side. And that I know that's anecdotal, and I know that's my own experience. But I asked Clint, and what do you say about it?
I say, whenever you bring it up, the part you want to say, oh yeah, they don't, but they do. I would say that it's for me the same thing, kind of a rarity that I don't see them. But here's the thing, folks. Most of the time, if it's like a more rundown or dirtier bathroom, truck stop bathroom that doesn't have a changing table.
That's right.
It's probably not best that I change my kid in there anyway. It's nasty. Urine all over the place,
I don't want to change my kid in that bathroom.
We're just gonna go to the car. We'll just go to the car. I'll change you there. Take a chance in the car.
Got a car seat out there?
Yeah. You know, well, you put him in the
Not a
front,
car
put him,
seat, but you know
put
what
him
I'm
in the
saying.
passenger seat, lay
I
it
knew you were
back,
thinking
boom.
that. I meant
Yeah.
a literal car seat, not like a baby
Oh,
car seat.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
But yeah, you
But
put them in the seat of the car
you could even do
and
it in the
change
trunk.
your baby.
Open the trunk, kind of lean in so the door doesn't
Heck
shut on
yeah.
them, and boom, there you
Most
go.
people have hatchbacks now, so you open it up, it's just like a nice platform right back there for you.
Yeah,
You put out your little changing pad deal, boom, boom, ready to go.
yeah.
I'm not complaining. I'm not sitting here thinking I can't believe those people don't have a changing station in there. If I really was mad about it, I told Clint, hey, I just change him in the bench, right there in the restaurant,
Right
right
there
there
on
on
the
that.
booth.
Yeah, yeah.
My
Why not
wife
in the
has done
booth?
that before, and I was like, "What are you doing?" It's
Go
crazy.
for it. Yeah,
But no one said anything, so there you go. Of course, we
that's
were
right.
off in the corner, so it wasn't like we're sitting next to, Patty and her husband John, because I'm so creative with names, and they were having a date. It
Patty
wasn't
and
that kind of
John,
thing.
you're old.
Yep.
Okay, but just so you guys know, because the next one I'm going to shred the same way, and you guys can like it or leave it. I get it. And a lot of gaming dads,
Mr. Opinion tonight.
listen, a lot of gaming dads are kind of in this movement of, we want our rights too. We're like a lot of them are hipstery and stuff like that. I'm kind of that way in a way. Like I'm all for
I can't
you
believe you
want.
just used the H word like that, just
I know. I'm
willy
sorry.
nilly.
I got the hipster glasses on, so you know what I'm saying. I like to ride the fence.
Okay.
Clint's got the little plaid shirt with the hipster haircut. So clearly, we're kind of like wannabe hipsters. So we get it.
But
We're
we
not
dress like
against-
our old
Yeah,
dads, you know.
yeah. We're not against the hipster movement. What we're saying is some of the hipster movement has kind of pushed into a male feminism thing, right? Like they're taking on the feminism movement. We're going to nitpick everything and say everything's wrong. We're treated wrong. Well, it's not true. We are in some cases, but it's very rare. So when I say that, I mean it in a way that is like, hey, I'm all for you being that new age kind of sensitive dad in the sense of listen to your kids' stories. If you want to be a stay-at-home dad, cool. You know what I mean? You work from home and you get to play with your kids a lot and do all kinds of projects and artwork. I'm all about it. Anybody who knows me knows I'm all about that kind of stuff. I'm all for being there and taking my kid and going camping and not being that normal workaholic dad. And, we care about our kids too. I'm for that new generation thing.
Thanks, Ryan,
But
for
what?
that generalization there. I feel real good about myself right now.
Hey, it's no problem. No problem. Anyways, what I'm saying is you've got those kind of guys, right? And even a lot of guys who are working regular full-time jobs, like Clint. He's
There you
working a
go.
regular job. He makes way more money than I do, so it's okay. You got to give and take.
Yeah,
But when you work that kind of job, I know Clint enough to know that he would gladly stay at home. Like
Oh, yeah.
if he could just hang out with his kids and just have fun all day. To where back in the day that was looked at like a negative thing.
Oh, yeah.
Right? Like
yeah.
and so we're
Our
not
parents'
those
generation,
guys.
that wasn't the thing. Yeah.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
we're not those guys, but at the same time, don't go overboard, guys. Don't take it to the next level of not only do I want to be at home and be looked at as a guy who cares about my kid, but I also want to have tampons. That's not the same thing. Like, you know what I mean? We don't have to adapt everything that the women are doing, and we don't need every right that they have, which brings us to story number 2.
Well, I go back to we had rights. I mean, at this point,
yeah, we have.
It's not like we ever lost rights. I mean, now maybe things
Yeah.
are getting pushed a little bit, where there's
Well,
some things
there
I
is
don't
a push
agree with.
against us a little bit.
You know,
It's just like okay.
But I don't
one of the
think
biggest-
changing tables are an issue.
No, and one of the biggest problems that men have with the feminist movement is that we agree with a lot of it, right? I want to see women's rights,
Yeah.
but they go overboard in the sense of they're asking for more than is needed or more than has ever been taken. Sometimes, right? It's this type of deal to where
Or it's
what are
the
you talking
thing
about?
of
Nobody
like
even thinks about that issue. That's not a purposeful thing that people are doing against you. It's not
Right.
anything people care about. So we see things like that. Let's not do that too, right? If we're going to push against this movement against
don't
men and
generalize against
masculinity,
men
yeah,
and make us the bad guys about every little problem.
right. But then as men, and when we push back, we don't want to push back so far that we're doing the exact same thing.
Right.
We don't want to just be yelling and saying who's the loudest. We just really want real equal rights, if that makes sense, and equal appreciation. So story number 2, now that I'm done with that rant, is
Rant number 2. Here we go.
This is a big one though, way bigger than the table.
Oh boy.
This is a story about a dad who sued for paternity leave harassment. Okay, he's a Canadian dad living in Japan. He refused to take his company's alleged harassment. Alleged because when this was written, the case wasn't settled, and I couldn't find out whether it ever did or didn't. For his paternity leave, meaning he was trying to get paternity leave. He's basically putting it like they tried to make a joke out of me wanting paternity leave, right? Which is the same as maternity leave, but for a dad.
Yeah.
And so he's saying basically they harassed me like I shouldn't actually need it and I shouldn't want it. And they try to, in a way, shame him. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
And so he sued him like, no, I'm not going to play this game. They ended up saying, no, not at all. What we're doing, that's not what we're about. And he ended up losing his job. So it didn't work out for him.
No,
But my whole point here is, do we need it? I know that's a simple question, but I'm one of those guys, oh yeah, you just had a kid. Don't be the guy that just works through it and goes back to work the next day after you got a newborn kid and your wife just got home from the hospital. Heck no. You need to be off. You need to take
bond
care
with
of your
your
wife.
kid, bond with your wife.
Yep.
Be there.
Yep. And a lot of times when you don't even get to do much with the kid, right? You can change diapers.
Mm-hmm.
You can kind of stay up at night so your wife feels better. But the wife and the baby connect in a different way physically, right? They're meant to.
Mm-hmm.
And so especially if you're breastfeeding moms, right, then it's even more that the dad kind of doesn't really get to be involved that much.
I would say, not trying to generalize as we talked about earlier, but I would say dad's usually doing the errand runs, getting the medicine.
Yeah, right. He's more like support for mom.
Yeah, you're getting all the things in the house that need to be done.
Yeah, and to be home while mom settles in and gets used to, oh my gosh, I've had a baby and we got a little bit of a routine going and stuff like that, I think it's like a have to.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's disrespectful to just stay at work.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it's disrespectful for your boss to expect you to stay at work.
Right.
So don't get me wrong. I'm not saying no paternity leave is the right way. I'm saying, do you really need the same paternity leave that the woman who just pushed a 10-pound chunk of baby out of her little vagina hole needs, right? I mean, let's get real with it.
Mm-hmm.
She's not just needing the time because she's got a newborn baby. She has to recover from major damage that's been done.
That's if she hasn't had a C-section. If she had a C-section, now you got a total abdominal surgery you just had.
Yep. And that's super common nowadays, right? I mean, you're looking at C-sections are probably 25% of all births.
Oh, yeah. Quick and easy, baby.
Yep. And a lot of women choose to do it.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of doctors push for it if there's any complications because it's better for the baby. So if you're looking at all that kind of stuff, I don't think it's right for men to then go, hey, look, we need it too. Okay, did your wife pass on during the birth? Well, then you definitely need it because the kid's got nobody.
Well,
right?
That went to the extremes.
Yeah, but I'm just saying. But, if the wife is home and she's got maternity leave and you've got a couple weeks off, maybe even 3 weeks off, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think that's probably enough, right?
Yeah.
Especially because a lot of guys who are wanting paternity leave, they're not wanting to leave and just come back to work. They're wanting to be paid.
I would vote 2 weeks. That'd be a good thing.
2 weeks kind of a standard, you think?
Yeah, like a 2-weeker.
Yeah.
I like the idea of them paying for it, me not having to use my PTO time.
Right.
For
2 weeks.
But in my experiences, I'll just use my PTO time. We're good. Or like my last job.
That's how it is for men.
Or like my last job, I was like, hey, I'm coming on to this new job. You need to know I'm going to have a baby in May, and I'm taking 2 weeks off. So as part of my, being accepted to this job, you need to know I'm taking 14 days.
So would you expect, would you say then you would maybe fight for the right to have that 2 weeks paid and not have to use your vacation time?
It'd be less stressful. It would be less, it'd be less stressful because I wouldn't have to figure out, okay, I'm not going to get paid those 2 weeks. So
I think it's worth it.
As far as the stress, it would be helpful. Yes.
I'm a business owner, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I think business owners should care about their employees, and that's how they keep good employees and how they build a good business. And I'm just a small business, but if
it would definitely make me feel cared for, like, hey, they don't want to not pay me.
But if you had a baby here at my company, and it's never happened to me before, to where a guy just had their first kid or a kid at all, you know what I mean? But if you did, I would not be put out by you wanting to stay home for 2 weeks, but still needing the money because your family needs it, right? And me paying you for that 2 weeks of work. I wouldn't like it because I'm not getting anything out of it. That's just natural.
Right.
But I would be comfortable with it and feel that it's the right thing to do.
You may be earning some loyalty there too in the process.
Right.
Of,
Definitely. But if you were to ask me for 6 weeks, I'd fire you.
And
Because either
you're not gonna do the whole 6 weeks. You're gonna start
yeah,
playing video games.
yeah,
You know?
either you're joking or you don't care about me or my business either. Because
Mm-hmm.
6 weeks paid leave for the dad, in my opinion, is ridiculous. So that's where I'm saying. I'm saying yes. Do we need paternity leave? Yeah. Should it? Should we get paid and not have to lose our vacation? I think that's great. I'm not against that idea. Do we
Mm-hmm.
need it to be the same as the woman's? I think we're asking too much. Um, 6 weeks. What if I want 6 weeks to leave and I still get to come back and have my job? No, I think a lot of jobs they can't even operate without you for 6 weeks, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's different if you're just working at McDonald's, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they got everybody else is doing the same thing. They're not going to care. They'll hire you back in 6 weeks, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's no big deal. That's
A little
not even what we're
different.
talking about. We're talking about jobs where you fill a specific role. Maybe that company's got only 4 people in that role,
Right, like
and
me,
when
there's
you're gone,
two registered nurses. There's me and another
right?
person.
Yeah,
If
when
I'm
you're
gone,
gone,
that's half your
it's hard.
productivity's gone.
Exactly. And so if you're gone for
Mm-hmm.
6 weeks, we're screwed.
Mm-hmm.
We're losing business. We're losing all kinds of money.
Mm-hmm.
So you got to look at it from both ways. Clinton had asked me that earlier. Well, Ryan, is that because you're a business owner, so you see it from a different view? I think so. I think part of it is
Mm-hmm.
because of that, and it's not because I'm cheap in that sense. It's because I actually see that that's part of that. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
does that happen with women too? Yes, but women aren't staying home just because they're choosing to stay home. I think there's an actual need
Yeah.
for the woman to stay
They
home
need to
because of
medically
recovery.
recover. Then
Mhm.
yeah, and she's gotta adjust to the feeding schedule, especially if they're breastfeeding and things like that.
Right.
Lot more goes into that. Whereas dad can be
Or
like, hey, I'm just going to work.
now let's say I know this doesn't make sense. This is a made up scenario. But let's say mom and dad both work for the same company, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And mom says she's coming back, but dad's going to stay home for 6 weeks and needs the paid leave. Fine. Perfectly fine. I'm just saying there's not a need for both to be home. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
I get that's a want, and it feels good, and it would be nice to, because I'd love to take 6 weeks off too and stay home. But I don't think that it's a need. Now, to say that there's no need for the wife, I don't think it's specific to the woman. There's
Right.
need for somebody. Somebody needs to be home for a little while. I don't think it's good for the kid. Some women, they go back in 2 weeks too. That's a personal opinion of mine. I think it's too soon. You know what I mean? I think it's hard
Yeah.
to go back that quick. I know
I don't know.
sometimes
I don't know how you could.
some
Honestly,
do
but-
though. They go back 2-3 weeks. They're back to work. And it kind of gets cheered on nowadays. Like, that's a career woman. She's powerful, and it's like, yeah, but she's a mom too. She decided to have a kid. I'm not saying she has to be a stay-at-home mom, but she had a kid, and staying home with that kid for 6 weeks should be cheered on too.
Mhm.
It shouldn't just be, hey, back to work as soon as you can.
Yeah.
So yeah, either way, dad or mom, somebody needs to stay home for a while, but I don't think you need both for 6 to 12 weeks. And I disagree with the countries out there too. I think there's some countries that do like 6 months,
Mhm.
and some maybe even a year. Jeez. Now, are you talking about we'll hire you back for sure after a year? Maybe. We could probably commit to something like that, right?
Mhm.
But obviously you're not going to get paid. And, so I think some even cover like medical benefits, like you're still an employee.
Mhm.
And
I've
so I'm
heard
paying
that.
for all those medical benefits.
Like Finland or Sweden or something.
Yeah, I
something
don't
like
know. I don't know on that one for me. I'd have to really think hard about that because,
You could really just take it all the way up to the year marker and then like, well, I'm gonna stay home. I don't need
Right.
your medical benefits anymore.
right. And I'm
Just
one
work
of
the
those too,
system.
to where I'm all about, stay-at-home mom and natural living and breastfeeding and whatever, that kind of stuff. I'm cool with that kind of stuff. That's what my wife does. But at the same time, it's like if you chose the career, then you chose the career. I think you have a free choice,
Mhm.
but I don't think you get to,
Have your cake and eat
um,
it.
I don't think you get to manipulate the bosses and the owners of the businesses just so you can say, hey, I'm this and that. I think sometimes you got to pick. You can
Mhm.
go back to your career if you want to be a stay-at-home mom for a year. That's fine.
And then you look for a new employee.
Yep.
Yeah,
And maybe
I
you
get
can
that.
work out a deal with them, but it shouldn't be mandatory. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Maybe that company loves you and they say, hey, Janet, we'll hire you back for sure in a year. We'd
Well,
love
it
you.
certainly
You're
depends
awesome.
on the size of the company. If it's a corporation,
Yeah.
they probably don't care. They're going to probably cut you. If it's
Right.
a tighter knit company, then they may work with you and say, hey.
Well, you see, you got some flaws there too, because in a tighter knit company, within a year, if you may, like, say you were my office manager girl,
Well, yeah, that's
I've
true.
hired someone and I don't need a second one. Never gonna need a second one. So,
Yeah.
How can I
So
hire
for
you back? It's not even you shouldn't even ask me that. You know what I mean? And so you kind of, it's just a weird position for that to be legislated. I think there should be some of the basics should be legislated in the sense of this is you got to have that. You know, they got to have their
right,
6
because
weeks. They got
you
to
have
have
people that are going to take it's just like child labor laws and all
right,
that other stuff
right.
that
Yeah, you got to
we've
have
learned
some
from
of that,
history.
but let's not push that. You know what I mean? Anywho, last story of the night.
Hey,
In game.
real
Go
quick
for it.
though, send in your comments if you have an opinion on it.
Oh
If you
yeah.
don't agree with Ryan, send in a
Even if you
message.
disagree with me, you
Yeah.
can tell I was on a soapbox there. It's okay. You're not going to hurt my feelings. I'm
Yeah,
not going to be
let us
mad at
know.
you or call you names. You know what I
Yep.
mean? You're free to believe however you want to believe.
This isn't Call of Duty. You're safe here.
Yeah, the safe space.
Safe space.
If I triggered you, I'm sorry. I still love you. And I'm all for you. Hey, stay-at-home dads, like I said, go for it. Send the mom back to the career. I'm cool with it.
I'm cool with
Let's do
that.
that thing.
I need
Yeah.
to talk to my wife about making more money. I'm gonna be a stay-at-home podcaster.
Yeah, there you go.
Yep. That's my goal.
The last one here. Dad hires in-game assassin.
Ooh.
Okay? Assassin. Actually, there's an S at the end of that. He hired more than one, guys.
Whoa, plural. Here we go.
Yeah, he hired multiple in-game assassins, which I've never even heard of an in-game assassin.
All
If that's
right.
a real career, that sounds fun.
That does sound fun.
To discourage son's gaming habit. Okay, this is not your average son. This is this man. I'm gonna just butcher his name, just so you know. It says frustrated by his adult son, insistent gaming habits. So it's one of them neckbeard guys that are stuck at home just gaming, never getting the job. Okay, and I know you guys exist out there. This podcast isn't for you. That's not what this is about. This is a Delirious Dads gaming podcast that's about people who struggle to play their games as much as they want to because they do still have responsibilities, not because they gave up all the responsibilities and just play games.
Hey, but before Ryan isolates you out, I still welcome you. Okay, go ahead.
No, you're welcome. I'm just saying we're not in agreement. That's why I said it's not.
We can't keep up with you.
Yeah,
can't keep up with you.
A man in China reportedly, this is the guy. He hired a number of in-game master hitmen. I like how they worded that.
Okay.
To annihilate his son's avatar over and over in an attempt to deter him from playing. That's not a bad idea, Dad.
That's a great idea.
That's a pretty freaking good idea.
We need to send that to the WHO here and the WHO organization here in the United States. If you're worried about gaming addictions, we create a force, an online force that just goes out and makes your gaming day bad.
The dad, Mr. Feng, he decided to embark on this cyber murder plot. This writer is good. As his son seemed incapable of pulling himself away from the computer long enough to find a job. That's what I'm talking about. We don't support that. That's what I'm saying.
Oh, yeah.
If you game all the time.
If you don't have a job and you're not making money from gaming, not cool, dude.
Oh, yeah. If you're a single guy and you're gaming all the time and working, who cares? If you're a single guy who, is at home because you're not an adult yet and you're gaming all the time, cool. We welcome that too. If you're an adult and you're skipping out on your bills and leaving your wife or parents to pay your bills because you game, assassin time. I'm with the dad.
Yep.
Okay. The man's 23-year-old son, okay, referred to in this report as Xiao Feng, which I think these are probably made up names because they don't want to embarrass the people.
Okay.
Is said to have left his job at a software development company. He had been there 3 months, but said that he was unhappy with the work. See, that's our modern day guys.
Okay, 3 months.
Just don't like it. I just don't like it.
You can't quit
Get
after
another
3
job.
months.
You get another job.
Yeah, you get something lined
in
up before
3 months
you
you
leave.
don't even know. Yeah. Okay, upset that his son has been playing the game instead of looking for new employment. The father reportedly hired these assassins to wipe him out. Basically, this guy's plan was to troll the son. We're not talking about just go kill him once. We're talking about his plan was, I just want this guy to just keep getting killed.
Make his gaming life a living hell.
And over and over, like, what is wrong with these people that just, maybe I guess the dad's estimation was that he would feel like the game either got too hard or he's just no good at it, so it's not worth playing. You know,
Okay.
the sad part is nowadays you just switch to a different game, right? I mean, if you just get
Right.
trolled and beat at one game, if you're a gamer, you can get lost in another game real quick.
But here's
I
the
can get
deal.
addicted.
Here's the deal. If you don't know Daddy is looking at your account, he just tells the company or the assassins what game you're playing. So you're just every game you go to, you're getting trolled.
That's true. That's true.
You
Yeah.
know?
It says, let me see here. There was never any bad blood or animosity between me and the master game players who were killing me. So I knew there was something strange going on. So he's like, "Why? I don't even know who these people are that are trolling me. What the freak happened?" Because usually you get trolled after you do something to somebody in a game, right?
You pissed them off.
But these guys just were going after him relentlessly for no reason. That's good. Let me see if there's anything else key here. It mentions down here at the end that they've got video game boot camps now that are popular among some Chinese parents. So they can put their kids in, basically, to snap them out of their gaming addiction.
Okay.
It'd be like, we send kids over to like the,
like the Scared Straight show?
That's what it is. Yeah, because it's soldiers and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But it's for gamers.
Okay.
Which is funny.
Goodness.
Just to be honest, if you're 23, I agree with this. If you're a kid, like you're a teenager and you're still doing your schoolwork and all that and you're gaming all the time, more power to you. I'd rather that than you out like slinging drugs or just getting in trouble. Yeah. So go be a gamer, man. That's cool.
Yeah, that's a good story. That's a good story. Yeah. I kind of want to see this now. Like I want a show based on this.
Yeah,
like just reality TV kind of deal.
At the end of this, it says ingenious or overkill. What do you think about the dad's plot to get the son off the computer? Tell us in the comments below. I'm stating the same thing to you guys. Tell us in the comments below. I can tell you what I think, and you guys are free to disagree because it's a free country and free world, in my opinion. I thought it was ingenious. I think it's perfect.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
I mean, I think other than it being ingenious, I think it was a little bit on the weak side in the sense of not overkill. If I was this kid's dad at 23 and he wasn't getting a job, I'd just block him from the internet, get rid of his gaming computer, kick him out of my house. I mean, my measures would be much more extreme.
Yeah.
You're not going to just sit here and game all day.
I just cut the power off to the room. There you go.
I'm not going through.
Problem solved.
Going through the effort of hiring some online guys, using my own hard-earned money to troll my kid, to get him to quit gaming in a sneaky, passive-aggressive way. I'm going to tell you, you got to quit. You got to quit gaming.
It's over.
Or you got to do both. That's it. You don't have any other option.
Yeah.
But it's the way things go.
Yep. Some people handle things differently, I guess. Although I do like the creativity of that one. So pretty good little scenario. Well, Ryan, thanks for hitting us with the Epic Dads.
Do you know who Chris French is? Someone who joined us here on Facebook?
No, I don't. But I liked his joke was kind of funny. A
You saw his comment?
little bit sexist mixed in with a little bit of fatism,
Yeah.
But check it out. It's in the comments.
Yeah. Thank you for joining us, though, Chris.
Yeah.
We
Appreciate you
your
being here, bro.
enthusiasm. Yep. Next time, instead of a ham sandwich, try something different.
Turkey, maybe, or turkey leg.
I mean, in all reality, go with pizza. Forget the sandwich.
Yeah. Easier to make.
Yeah.
Hey, so I'm going to finish off the show with some cheesy jokes.
I love cheesy jokes. It's like the dad jokes.
Yeah, this is kind of like when we do quizzes and Ryan does the quiz world or kids world quizzes or whatever it's called. Well, I went just as hokey, and I went with...
time out.
What?
Time out. Should I try not to laugh, or should I laugh to make you feel like they're actually funny and it's entertaining?
No. If they're a dead joke, do what you want. But
Okay.
I know you though. I know you. Huh? You're a laughing guy. Here we go. This is from jokesforus.com.
Okay.
If you want to check it out, this is video game jokes, guys. All right, Ryan. Are you ready, sir?
I'm ready.
All right.
I'm probably not going to get half of them because I'm a gaming dad who doesn't get old gaming references at all. So.
Well, no, these are like more cheesier than that. Like it's so cheesy you'll get it. Some of them.
Okay.
Okay.
Gotcha.
Yeah, it's like right in your face, kind of. You should get it if you don't. This is the intellectual jokes. I didn't say intellectual gaming dad jokes.
Okay.
I said cheesy gaming dad jokes. Hunter, what is
I thought it
up?
could be
Welcome
like
to
it
the
could be
chat.
like a game. You said cheesy, but it could be like a what do you call it? Where you're coming off on
Doing
jumping
a
on a
pun
mushroom
to
on
a, yeah, you
through a
know.
pipe, from Mario's. And I'm like, oh crap, what game is that? And Luigi.
If you don't know it's Mario, then why are you on the podcast? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Well, because of my looks and my voice. That's what I was told.
But hey, Hunter is in the chat, which means he's listening in. So now I don't feel like I'm cheating on anybody. Okay?
What's up,
so
Dog?
let's get to these jokes. Guys in the
ready.
comments, let us know. Include your
Ready.
ham sandwiches. Let us know what you think. All right.
Yep.
Joke number 1. Why are cats so good at video games?
I don't know. Why are they?
Because they have 9 lives. Woo! That's a good one. That's a good one. All right. All right. You ready for the next one, Ryan? He's
Okay,
like, wow.
now I'm on your-
He's like, so cheesy.
I'm on your
It's
level
cheese.
now.
Okay. Yeah. That's why I was saying you can't not get them, you know?
I'm with you.
Okay. Why do they call...
I'm gonna try to take your punchlines before you give them.
Yeah, that's...
Just so
I'm
you
gonna
know.
give you the chance. So I'm gonna look at you.
Okay. All right.
Let you decide. All right.
Okay.
Why do they call it the PS4? You ready?
Because PS3 already came out. I mean, I don't know.
No. Because there are only 4 games worth playing. That was from an Xbox player, folks. All right.
Fire.
How does Steve stay in shape?
I don't know.
He runs around the block. Woo, these are on fire.
I don't
Sizzle.
know that one. Hold on. I don't know this one. I don't get it. Should I know who Steve is?
No. Steve is just a person. Steve is just a person. The block is a reference to the Mario blocks. See? So he's running around the block.
That's what I thought it meant. But
yeah.
that one wasn't good.
It was almost way over the head a little bit for you.
No, I got it completely. I just thought, no way, that's what he meant.
That's why you had to ask about it. I see.
Yeah.
Is your Xbox 360 running, Ryan?
Yes.
Well, you better go catch it.
Good old refrigerator joke.
Yep. That's a good one. All right. This one's actually pretty fun. This one actually made me laugh, okay?
Okay, I'm ready.
What do you get when you cross Sonic the Hedgehog and Curious George?
I don't know.
Too fast, too curious. Oh, goodness.
I like it. I
Yep.
like that one.
Yep.
Okay.
Jeff Fajardo, notified. Gotcha. Hey, what does a guy with erectile dysfunction and the PlayStation Network have in common? Did you hear that
Either
joke?
one
Or
can
what?
get up.
Oh, that's a good one. Yeah. They both have a trouble getting things back up. But yeah, basically the same gist as
Yeah.
what you were going for. What did Steve say to the zombie?
I don't know.
Do you want a piece of me?
That was a crazy laugh. Shouldn't have given that one to you.
Yeah, well, it was weak. What do you say when you lose a Nintendo game?
We.
Close. I want a Wii match.
Get it. Nice.
Hunter threw in a joke. This is not from this list, but this is from Hunter. What do you call a cow with the shakes?
I don't know. What?
I don't know. Now we got to wait for the delay. Keep that in mind, folks. What is Sonic the Hedgehog's favorite season?
I don't know.
Spring. 'Cause he's always jumping on the little spring things.
That's right. To get the extra speed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Dang, that's a good one, Hunter. He says, what do you call a cow with the shakes? Answer is beef jerky. Oh, my goodness.
These are gaming jokes, not dad jokes. We're doing that later, Hunter. Don't ruin it.
This is almost dad jokes, though, in a way.
Yeah.
It's like
These are
so
dad-level
cheesy.
gaming jokes.
Yeah. Who's faster, Sonic the Hedgehog or a Japanese bullet train?
Japanese bullet train.
Why?
I don't know. I figured you're going to actually say something like Neither, or both, or something.
No, it's Japanese Bullet Train, of course. Sonic doesn't exist. God, I'm
Wow.
all right. What do you call a Minecraft celebration?
I don't know.
A block party.
Nice. I
Hey,
like it.
what do you play after eating a Taco Bell?
What do you play after eating a Taco Bell?
Fart night.
Fart night.
Fart
I
night.
like it.
Hey.
Oh man, you play. Maybe you play. What do you call it?
Now you're trying to think of one. I like
Yeah,
it.
it's over.
Yep.
Some kind of
Hey,
bomber.
did you hear about the Minecraft movie?
No.
It's going to be a blockbuster.
Nice.
Yep. I asked my dad why a grown man would play Pokemon Go. He said, why not? Why not? Character in the Pokemon game. Oh, whoa.
There's a character named Why Not?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
How do you cure hunger in Minecraft?
I don't know. How do you cure hunger?
3 square meals, of course. Hey, what's 10 blocks long and has never had sex?
10 blocks long and has never had sex.
Mm-hmm.
Hunter.
That's good. Now it says the line for the new Call of Duty game. What does Sonic use to knock on a door?
I don't know. What does he use?
Knuckles. Duh. See? Now they're kind of getting to that level you can't hardly keep up.
Right.
Yeah. How do you get a Bulbasaur on a bus?
Squirtle.
No, you poke 'em on.
Oh my gosh.
Goodness.
Pokemon.
What did Princess Zelda eat for breakfast?
Princess Zelda.
Yeah.
Link.
A sausage link. Good job. Hey, PS4 got injured and Xbox One is calling the ambulance.
Okay.
What sound does it make?
I don't know.
Wii U, Wii U, Wii U. What did Lara Croft eat for dinner?
I don't know. What did she?
Croft macaroni and cheese, of course. Hey, why is a Jedi Knight never lonely?
I don't know.
Because the Force is always with him.
I even thought about that.
Hey, Hunter, you can jump in. Go ahead and hop on, bro. I'm not keeping you from hopping on. I got plenty of jokes still left to go. Right? You just tell me when, boys. What do you call a friend that doesn't let you play a video game?
What do you call?
A control freak.
That's good.
Mm-hmm.
I like that one.
Hey, why shouldn't you ask Yoda for money?
Because you owed him some from last week.
Oh, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. I like that. Because he's always a little short.
Especially if he's Baby Yoda.
Yep. What are the 3 R's in video games?
3 R's. I don't know. What are they?
Retry, restart, and respawn.
It's not a joke.
What?
Like, I don't understand how that
It's
one
more
was
of
a joke.
more of a commentary.
I feel like you kind of wasted my time on that one.
Like I hear Hunter like wobbling, so he must have turned his mic on.
I'm here.
Hey, welcome, welcome to the podcast, bro.
What's going on?
Oh, just hitting some corny dad jokes or
I heard
gaming
them.
jokes.
These are super bad.
You love them, don't you?
Eesh.
Hey, shay,
He said,
shay. Hey, didn't know you was Italian. Hey, why did Dante refuse to cut up onions and put them in his PS3?
Because he knew it'd be an inferno.
No, he was afraid the devil may cry.
Oh my gosh.
Hey, why did Mario cross the road?
Because he wanted to do the shrooms on the other side.
No, of course not. Because he couldn't find the warp zone.
Wow.
Stop.
I love it. I love the cheese. I love it. Okay. What did the Super Nintendo say to the Sega Genesis?
Super Nintendo to the Sega Genesis.
Mm-hmm.
See ya.
Dang, you got some pretty good responses tonight. I like it. He says, you know, everyone always tells me that I'm a bit better than you. Oh, a bit. It's a bit
I get
better. Yeah.
A bit, yeah.
Didn't know if you caught that. You were giving me a
I
look.
did. I
Like,
got it.
I don't know if he's catching that.
The look was it wasn't qualified.
Okay. Why did Sony hire Justin Timberlake to fix the PlayStation Network?
I don't know why.
Because they were hoping he could bring more than sexy back.
Nice. I like it.
Yeah,
That was a good one.
Okay. Oh my goodness. Let's see here. Gotta find my next one. Okay. Don't be racist. Be like Mario. He's an Italian plumber created by Japanese people who speaks English and looks like a Mexican. There you go.
I like that one.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
Video games don't make me violent. Lag does. Okay, this one. Imagine a friend, and then imagine me, okay? The friend says, I wasn't that drunk. Me, dude, you gave a mushroom to a midget and said, grow, Mario, grow.
These are so bad.
Yeah, they're so bad they're good.
Yeah. They're good.
It's cringy.
Yeah. What? Okay, what you got?
How about this one? I got one for you.
Okay.
Dating a single mother. It's like continuing from somebody else's saved game.
Wow. Rough.
You kiss your mother with that mouth? Hey, that's...
No, I don't kiss my mother anymore.
Oh, that's good.
Wow.
I'm just kidding. I give her a kiss on the cheek.
Better just be on the cheek. But, hey, that's all I got, though. I'm all joked out.
Mm. So Hunter threw his in right at the end, huh?
I did.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay. I
We
like
ended
it.
on my
Solidified.
super crazy one.
Yeah, I didn't have to
Well,
fumble.
I enjoyed the jokes.
I didn't
I
have
knew
to...
they were cheesy. You let us know they were cheesy before we started.
Oh, yeah.
Hunter came in and brought his smooth voice and his maturity to the party and let us know that
Hey.
he wouldn't have allowed it if he was here today. But you weren't here today.
That's right.
So
Not your show, Kimosabi.
the rest of the
That's
podcast
right.
was pretty much the best podcast we've ever had. And the dad jokes are funny, goofy jokes. Everybody likes some corny jokes sometimes, so I
Hey,
appreciate it.
we got a lot of rants from Ryan, so, you know, a
Justin
lot of
said-
rants.
Justin said might be the worst jokes I've ever heard.
Oh, my goodness. Hey, we
Well,
know
that's
what...
actually
we,
good though.
we
'cause
know
that
what...
means it's the best of the worst, right? Like you don't want to be just in the middle, like, oh, these jokes are kind of funny, but they're not. You got to either hit the bottom of the barrel, the worst, or you got to be funny. And so Clint picked, I know I'm never funny, so he went with the bottom of the barrel.
Oh, okay. No, actually, my strategy was be as cheesy as possible.
Right, I get
And
it.
so that's where we went. The
Yeah,
cheesiest.
just be yourself.
Yeah, why not? It gets the laughs. It makes the rounds. You know, you guys have
Oh,
been
yeah.
talking for the last 5 minutes about how bad they were.
Yeah,
So-
oh yeah, it
so you're-
impacted my day.
Yeah, it's like you
Yeah.
can't walk away from that. It's like watching a car crash.
I
Right.
got one more for you.
Okay, hit me.
Okay.
What is the national sport of Minecraft?
What?
Boxing.
That's as cheesy as the ones I was using. I like it though. See, I like kind of all things. I like intellectual jokes. I like cheesy jokes. I like fart jokes. You know.
Yep.
Yeah.
You like comedians who aren't funny. We all know.
Yeah, yeah. I like Ryan. You know. So
Hey,
that stands the test of
We
time.
know
right there.
something's wrong with you.
Mm-hmm. But Hunter, I'm glad you hopped on here at the end.
Yeah, I was feeling, a little left out. I missed you boys tonight, so I wanted to check in at the end. We just got home, so.
Good.
I'm glad one of us missed each other.
I'm glad you made it to the podcast at the end because you can sign off with us.
Yeah.
So that works out. That works out great. I don't have to worry about Ryan hogging 2 words at the end. He's already hogged 1,000.
Hogged the whole podcast, right?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, I did this time. I did. I'm going to go back and listen to it and be like, dang.
Dang. It's the Ryan Delirious podcast.
Yeah, it's cool. I mean, it's one of those things where the ratings will go through the roof, though, anytime I do that.
Like that night we played PUBG, we got 9,000 views. How was that possible?
And then I got on the next night with you, and we had like 6.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
We had this whole Korean following, all these South Koreans, because it wasn't North Korea. They don't get to play. But South Korea, they was all on it.
They were in. Oh, yeah.
Loving it.
Anywho, do we have any plugs? I mean, we haven't finished up any contracts with any sponsors that we need to hit on, right?
Nope. I am setting up one, but we'll discuss that later.
Okay.
Nope, not a lot going on. But guys, hey, remember, check out our Facebook. We post all our content on Facebook, of course. Our YouTube channel, that's where all our video content is going. Support your boy Hunter. He has been working out with Ring Adventure, and he's going to be posting. Yes. Hopefully, we're thinking weekly videos, Hunter.
Yeah, weekly. It'll be like a weekly mashup. So I'll be taking multiple videos through the week, but you guys will just get one view over it.
Yep.
Ring Adventure is a Switch game. It's not a bedroom game between husband and wife.
It is what you make it, Ryan.
Yeah,
that's true.
Yeah.
But it's super cool. It's going good. I did start a little late, so I'm gonna be going probably like 2 weeks into February.
Okay.
Because my goal was just to give you guys a month of using that tool and seeing how productive it was. So.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And it's already coming out great. He finally flipped it to landscape, so I don't have to use that portrait stuff that we're using. So.
Wow.
Nice.
I like testing your skills.
Yeah, I had to be creative with that for show. Oh my goodness.
That's all good. Plenty of people do that who have never done any kind of.
Well, what's funny is I shot a video like a couple weeks prior and had to reshoot it and do that. So.
And then he forgot.
I should have remembered. Yeah.
That's okay.
Yeah. That's
hey, but so he's doing that. Ryan's doing nothing, and I of course am editing the podcast weekly. He's got a sad face on if you couldn't tell. But yeah, that's all we got going.
Stay delirious.
I'm gonna. You always do it when I'm not done. Golly, golly, Bubba. We're never gonna get it down to where he doesn't interrupt me, are we?
We have before, but right then, Hunter could probably agree. That felt like an awkward pause from you. Like, well, we're done, and Ryan's not doing anything, so I just jumped in there. Was I reading that wrong?
Yeah, you were totally wrong.
No, Hunter. I know you were saying I'm wrong. I'm saying, Hunter, did Clint not have a weird awkward pause right there?
Yeah, I thought you were done. But I just watched it back on video. It was hilarious. So.
Oh my gosh!
I was gonna hit up. I was gonna say I'm gonna hit up Johnny to get a list of what's going on in the state of Oklahoma, gaming convention wise. So
Johnny Weaver. Yeah, we'll be going
set
to
up a schedule. Hit up some conventions.
There's one in the next month. We'll be there.
There you go. Boom.
Yep.
Easy peasy.
Don't even know the name of it or where it's at, but I'm sure it exists, and we'll be there.
Yep. It's in the Panhandle. Oh boy. We live in the middle, folks.
You know,
hey, at least we don't
across state borders.
At least we don't live in Texas. Texas is like, hey, I'm going to start at one end and go to the other. It's been 10 hours. Still haven't reached.
Yeah, that's true.
That's true. The other side.
If you're going to drive 10 hours across one state, you might as well just stay delirious.
Stay dadding.
And stay gaming. This has been a Delirious Dads production. For more information about the show, visit our website at www.deliriousdadsgaming.com. You can also find us on facebook.com/deliriousdadsgaming, twitch.tv, and YouTube. Make sure you like and share our pages to help us grow the channel. You can listen to the podcast on iTunes, Google Play, Stitcher, and Spotify. Please leave a rating and review if you enjoy the show. Thank you again for listening, and we hope to see you next time.